Good evening, everybody. Welcome to a Wednesday night stream of the Pink Pandas. Hope everyone is doing well and has had a good day so far. What's everybody been up to? Oh, first of all, Cheza. Wow, hey, congratulations. Thank you so much. Yeah, 5 months. I know. Thank you so much for the sub, Ches. How have you been, first of all? And actually, straight off the bat, you get to pick a number off the board for those who do a sub for your chance to win $10. So I'll bring up this board quickly. So Ches, make sure you get a number on hand ready to go. There we go. We've got a number chart here. So Ches, if you would like to pick a number, behind one of these numbers is a gold star. And that gold star, if you find it, will mean I will send you $10 via PayPal. So when you're ready to do so, pick a star, and then we will discuss some patch notes, and then we will get stuck into the game and see where everything is at the moment. Hopefully we can get in without any crashes. 88 for Ches. Okay, here we go. Is there a gold star behind 80? Oh no, I can hear myself. That's not good. Hang on. Is there a gold star behind 80? Oh no. I've got the echo. Joshy, how are you, mate? Welcome. Is there a gold star behind 88? I want the colour. No, unfortunately, no gold star, Ches, but I really appreciate your love and support as always. So thank you very much. 5 months, that's crazy. Kano, I want to officially welcome the Wombat, Kano, on board as a mod. So welcome, Kane, as I've just lost my chat on my screen. So hope Kano, you're a long-time OG, and you know I've got much love for you, mate. You're here all the time along with Grok and Min, and I think it's good timing. So well done to you, Kane. I appreciate you putting your hand up. Cheers for all the follows. Josh, how are you, mate? What's been happening? How is your FIFAing going? Dust Blues, welcome. Sammy, welcome. All right, let's chat about the update first and foremost. So I'm bringing up the patch notes on my phone. It's weird because it doesn't really read all that exciting, if I'm being totally honest. So the patch notes, these are what the patch notes say. Oh no, Josh, you're an OG. I'm about to make you VIP, my friend. I'm about to make you VIP. So the patch notes for today, and so this is out on Steam at the moment. PlayStation will probably have it tomorrow morning, I dare say, like it has been in the past few weeks. Tuned difficulty, improved marking contests, added vibration for mark timing, so I suppose so it's a bit more clearer when you need to push triangle to mark. Added player indicator pulse for mark timing, which I think is like the blue circle that's under your player, so you can see when it's pulsating when to time it. And improved stability. Okay, so stability, player vibration, player indicator, improved marking, contest, and tune difficulty. So the improved stability piece is obviously in reference to the crashing, but that's my big test for tonight. I want to see how the crashing stuff goes. So we'll see how we go there. Has anyone else had it played at the moment and got any comments on it? Getting better and better. All right. Well, or actually, PS users, I need to check in with you all. How have all the PlayStation users here in chat found the update from last night that you would have got this morning? So, like I said, I'm obviously playing on PC, and I've personally found the last two updates have really improved things from a gameplay sense. The crashes are still really shitting me, especially when it's in the last quarter and you're winning a game. But how are the PS people finding the gameplay? Because I know, like talking to Sock and Herbert at work, they were still having a little bit of difficulty, but they did play tonight after the update and said that it was playing a bit better. But I still feel like there's a little bit of difference between what I'm experiencing and what other Steam people are experiencing to what PS people are experiencing. So Luke has got AI, don't crash, but AI is easy. Fear the Beard's getting PS5 is getting better. It's good, just the crashes, Dust Blues, best update we had last night, gameplay getting better. I'm really fascinated to see how many people are saying that it's still easy. And maybe it's all our maybe it's our individual talents. Like maybe you guys are all like better than me at the game and you're handling the AI a lot easier. I'm not saying that with tongue in cheek. I'm being actually serious because as you guys have seen, I've played the AI maybe 8 times since the last 2 patches, and I've won maybe 2 of them. And a few people as have said that the hardest difficulty is easy. It's almost like it's flipped the wrong way, which is really interesting. So, yeah, Scott, welcome, Scott Baldwin. So, haven't had any crashes since the game dropped. Really? You must have a master copy. Jesus, you've done well there. Game is easy with a new update. Tested across 6 games, 2 on each difficulty. Okay, that's a good testing pool. Milkman, welcome. PS4 seems to crash a lot when changing jerseys, but gameplay loads better. Okay. Luca, I'm going well, thank you. How about you? Alright, so we've still got... I still feel like we've got a bit of a mixed bag with how the game's handling. Which, I mean, I don't know if we've got any code experts in here, but I kind of can't get my head around as to why that happens. News Age, Ross said patches will slow down. Oh, really? I don't think they should, because they're not really at a point where they can afford for it to slow down. Steam doesn't seem... Oh, okay, well, we'll soon see. They fixed the opposition AI to make it harder, but now that AI sucks and need to be fixed. Yeah, it's strange. Because like I said, I don't know, the AI I've faced have been reasonably difficult, but I've also felt that I've been in the game as well. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. PC only crashed from trying online. That's my big one, Des. I'm really interested to see what's happening with online, because last night it was still really buggy. Like, we had, obviously playing against Boot, we had 2 quarters worth of soccer, which was really annoying, and it really ruined it. So I'm sure it's time. Yeah, I would think the state team should come soon. I want to see if there's anything new. No, still nothing. God damn. Refunded the game after last week on release date. How's the game going now? Rippin', if I'm being honest, I reckon still wait a few days, because there's still patches coming in. The gameplay is definitely improved, in my opinion, from my experience on Steam. I don't want to speak on behalf of PS users especially, who I know have had, you know, a bit more of a tougher time. But from a Steam perspective, it's definitely, for me, the last 2 patches played a lot better. I've been able to do link-up handballs. AI have been a lot harder, to the point where I've only beaten them twice. Still a lot of buggy glitches and things like that, but for me, it became playable, but I understand that people have had different experiences. Luke Mason, welcome. Cheers for the follow. PC, yeah, more so, and I don't understand why. Would you have any idea why that's happened? Yeah, and that's a good call, BJ. And this is the really, really tough thing, right? Is obviously the launch went pear-shaped dramatically, and has, you know, damaged them a little bit. And I don't know how many people have returned or what the go is, but the one that will be interesting is what happens with Xbox sales and how that goes. So, given that's, you know, they've obviously got a bit of time. But as we do with the new patch, we're going to play one of each mode. So the aim tonight is to see if we can get through with no crashes. I will play against Adelaide, that'll do. That'll do, donkey. What's everyone's difficulty? Has everyone changed the difficulty? Are you still playing on hardest? Are you playing on easy? What's everyone doing? Can I play against GWS? I can play against GWS if I stop changing kits. GWS. I'll play the doggies though. So I'll read out the patch notes from tonight again just quickly. So the patch notes from tonight say tuned difficulty, improved marking contest, added vibration for mark timing, added player indicator pulse for mark timing, improved stability. So for me, I mean, the marking stuff's good because people have been having trouble seeing where to mark. Now, I did promise P-Power last night that I would play this first game on easy, because I've been playing on hardest, and everyone's been saying that easy has been really hard. So I want to try that out as well, and then I'll do a hard match, and we'll see what happens. What oval do we want to play at, folks? Ooh. Been playing on hardest, it gets too easy. Interesting, huge, interesting. Punt Road? Alright, let's roll. Yeah, I don't know, I've just, like I said, at some point in time, and I posted this on Big Footy, at some point in time, there's going to come a time where our actual individual skill levels are going to also play a part in the experience of the game. So I am struggling against AI on hardest, but other people are saying it's easy. So maybe those people are just better at the game than I am at this point in time. So we'll try easy first, we'll see how this goes, and then we'll try a hardest one, and I'll see if it's any different. Do we think the same 2 teams? Is that the best test case, or do we try different teams? Well, Goblin maybe, and you know, it's sometimes I sort of wonder and speculate, have PlayStation been getting a slightly different patch to what PC have been? And like, I know Ross has said that we're all on the same patch now, but it just, I don't know, there's just, things aren't adding up. Alright, so we'll definitely run the same 2 teams, but we'll change the difficulty. Clayton, welcome mate. The PS patch should come tomorrow morning, like the other ones have, overnight in the morning, whatever it might be. So it was out for Steam at about 9 o'clock, I'm going to say. I got a message. Yeah, a few people have been saying that, Mr. Gibbs. That's what I'm testing now. I've got this on easy, and I want to see what happens. The old Red Bangers. Remember one of the old footy games, Live 2. I could smash the AI on Legendary eventually. Jesus. How many hours did you sink into that, Kane? Yeah, I was just sticking around with the kids. How have people gone in the creative suite making like Guernseys and plays and stuff like that? Has anyone done anything on that front? Okay, so you can still tackle. I probably actually botched that inside 50 there, if I'm being honest. So that vibrated, but then I can't actually remember if it vibrated last night either. For a spoil, anyway. Okay, so I don't know if this will make any difference or not. Oh, cheers for the bits. I've got my my PlayStation controller plugged in, that's what I'm using. And as the ball was reaching that marking contest, it vibrated pretty much to alert me to spoil, and it just did it again then to alert me to mark. So I think that's going to be a bit more of a better indicator for people, do we think? Are people going to like that?
Just waiting for the right moment to press go. That's an impressive mark. Searching kick.
Oh, thank you for the bits. You made 3? If you made 3, definitely drop them in the Discord or let us know, because I'm keen to see everyone's designs. And I might actually have to pick someone's brain about how to do it as well.
Looks good off the boot. They're in front.
Marks inside 50.
Mr. G won by 100 on the hardest in 16 minutes game. So yeah, so I can confirm currently that the control does vibrate when the ball is at its peak for marking and for spoiling. I don't know if that's going to be of benefit to anyone.
He's got it.
See, like, I don't know. Part of me already feels like I'm already finding this too easy, being back on easy.
The 2 big men do battle.
But, I mean, it's only been a little bit.
Under pressure. Daniels. The defenders will be nervous. Gardner tries to spike it out of the danger zone. Kelly.
Oh, he's going to score. Oh, no.
To open their account. It's good. It's a goal. Keith.
The commentator just said it's a goal.
Cornelio wins it back.
And I had the ball.
Going for home.
Well, he's just kicked one then, but
with a finish like that.
It's a gift, really, and he's taken full.
I did hear that right, didn't I? He definitely said it was a goal. And we are still unaware of the whereabouts of Mr. Hamish. So if anyone knows where he is, yeah, I don't know if I've spoken to. So that's interesting. 2 behinds already for the AI is a bit different. Ches, I need to also ask you, how is your footy going? How are you feeling with your playing career? Hopefully they haven't plonked you at full back again and you can actually go jag a couple of goals. Well, I suppose it's just their red shorts. It must have just aligned with that particular kit, but it does look like swimming boxes, doesn't it? What's everyone thinking of the missed tackles? Like, you can see sometimes when you break from like the centre square or from certain parts of the ground that your player will shrug a tackle so they can get a kick away. I'm not minding it because it kind of means that you can get a kick away. I just hope it's not too overpowering, because you don't want every time you don't want to slip that tackle.
Bad kicking there, out on the full.
Can he find a team?
Wrong channel. Oh, good, Ches.
No one can mark.
Yeah, I think it's good, but yeah, they got to make sure that it's balanced. So I don't know whether I'm wrong in feeling this, but it feels like, putting it back on easy, it feels like the AI are way dumber in a defensive sense. On the hardest, 34 disposals and 10 goals.
tackle was coming.
So I like being able to get those handballs out. So they've got the green circle around the marking. Like if I'm being honest, I've not really been paying attention to that in general. So the vibration is probably a bit better for me. When do you leave, Josh?
Clinical finish there to cap off a terrific passage of play.
You got everything packed? There'll actually be no streaming next week. Well, for a week from about next Wednesday onwards, because I'm actually on holiday myself. I could do an IRL stream from the Goldie. Wouldn't that be something? Yeah, easy. If it doesn't matter to everyone watching, I might even pull the pin on this game at quarter time, because this is feeling way too easy on easy, and I'll jump straight back in and chuck it on hardest and see what happens.
They moved that ball beautifully indeed.
Pushed up to the wing on the weekend. We scored 1 point. Oh, God, that's not a good scoreline. Did get more tackles. Feel like you're improving each week. Oh, that's awesome. That's good. They put you up around the ball.
Time for a break. Gary Lyon is with us. What do you make of this one, Gaz?
Did how are you recovering though, Ches? Are you like still really sore? Can you change the difficulty in here? I don't think you can. All right, I'm going to back out and restart that game, because that was feeling way too easy. Poshy, welcome. I'll check that in a sec, Brody. This is the Steam update. Yep, I'm on PC. No, well, I don't want to say the word cryptic. That was only my first game. I quit that game because I was testing to see how easy was. It was very easy, so I'm going to bump it back up to hardest with the same teams. For comparison's sake, and see how we go. So the patch, for those who have tuned in, firstly, welcome. Good to have you on board. So the patch for tonight, it's on Steam currently, will be on PlayStation in the morning like usual, I suppose. Tuned difficulty, improved marking contest, added vibration for mark timing, added player indicator pulse for mark timing, and improved stability. Big 40 represents. Clayton with the gifted. You're a legend, Clayton. Thank you very much, mate. Well done to Brados for getting the gifted. Now, Clayton, don't go anywhere, because you now get to pick from the board to try and win yourself $10. All right, so I'm going to flick over to little game show screen, little up late night with Michaels. Here's the board. What number would you like, Clayton, to pick from to give yourself a chance to win $10 that I'll be able to PayPal to you? You just got to find the gold star behind one of these numbers. All love and support's appreciated. Then we'll get back into this game on hardest, and we'll see where we land. Clayton's gone for 66. All right, do we have a gold star behind 66? Or no gold star, Clayton. But I appreciate the sub and being gifted as well. That is, that's very nice of you, mate. Well done to Brados as well.
Good afternoon, one and all. I'm Anthony Hunt.
All right, so this is now on hardest. Appreciate the gifted, guys. That's like super nice to to support the stream like that. I know, Goblin. People are looking out for things like that. Funnily enough, when I was putting it together, I did it the dumbest possible way. There was actually a way for me to do it without physically having to touch or move any of the squares, and I didn't realise that till the end. So stupid. Goobs, welcome. First time chatter. Yes, agreed. Tactics are a must, and I said this last night, and I don't know if others feel the same. Well, actually, someone in chat kind of alerted me to it. That it almost actually feels like that the AI opposition are using tactics of some kind, and that's why their plays sometimes feel like they're in more space and in better positions, but whereas ours aren't. I don't know if that makes sense to anyone, or if people think that's batshit crazy or not.
That's an aggressive handball.
And I read today as well, I know people may remember that I've been harping on about not being able to switch off the guy on the mark. So you can actually do it. You have to hold L1 and flick the right analog stick, and that will actually change you to a play that's not on the mark, so you can push back. So there you go. Shreds, welcome. Love the content. Oh, thank you, mate. Much appreciated. Agree, Mr. Jib. Auto subs need to be done. Yeah, it does feel like that the AI... Like, on one hand, it sucks because our play... I find my players get caught out of position quite a lot. But then, if it means once we get tactics to even up, that's not the worst. Oh, that was a spoiled mark.
Dishes it off. Williams. Penetrating ball.
Vibration.
Lob.
Oh, good question for you. Let's try it. Oh, all right, so chat points are back on, but they are on time limits, so we can't get spam. So I like people using them. I just don't want them used every 30 seconds, so that they're on a bit of a timer. But yeah, feel free to play it when they're reloaded. So I've made three changes because fear the beard. I do recall seeing some people saying that the manual subs are also not working again now. So let's see what's happening on that front. That's a good goal.
They gave him too much space on that occasion, and he made the most.
What's everyone's thoughts on if you're spoiling the ball? Oh, there you go. Interchange is complete. Bottom right. That's interesting. That's the first time I've seen that. Maybe it's happened before and I've not paid attention. Has anyone seen that before?
No one able to clear the footy, so we'll have another ball up.
It works when you're the home team, not the away team. Oh, wow.
Perryman, Trelaw, only knows one way. He's been busy so far. Norton is so strong.
That's new? Yeah, I thought that was new. I didn't feel like I'd seen that before, so interchange is complete. So let's keep an eye out. I mean, that looks like Toby McLean to my right. So we need Toby McLean, Darcy, and Johannesson need to be on for it to actually have been working. Aussie Banker, good username. Yeah, sorry, I detracted from my point. Yes, I agree with you that when you spoil, you end up being like extremely out of position to the point where you can't get anywhere near recovering the ball back, and the AI pretty much get it back first by default. I don't mind if you have to have a bit of a stumble and a bit of you're off balance, but it just seems too far-fetched. And even that spoil there, that the AI spoiled it, and I was able to rove it straight away. There were no chance of catching me.
He might just be in for a big day.
VZ, I've found that holding L2 and triangle for handball for like the clearance handballs have been good. Agree, Mr. Jib. That's still a bit of a bugbear for me. Set shots have to be made harder. It's still far too easy.
Searching kick. He's normally better than that. No easy exit. Gardner doing the grunt work. Johannesson doesn't often waste it.
Is that Darcy?
McLean.
No, that's Toby. Oh, that's a shit handball. What is that? So that was not aimed there. Okay, so yours interchanges Q Jazzo. Yeah, mine said it was, yeah, done. Shawnee, that's interesting. What were you playing on again, mate? Because ever since the last two patches, and then again tonight, I'm on PC, obviously, but I found the gameplay to have improved. Like, still not picture perfect, of course, but it's been in a much more playable state in terms of being able to tackle, make tackles, dodge tackles, and get link-up handballs. No, VZ, I don't think you can handball mid. I know what you mean, though, and that's something that I think a lot of people are saying that they need to fix. That it feels like the AI get rid of the ball like half a second quicker with their kicks and handballs. They get them out of a lot of trouble that we can't do. Ours seems to take that little bit longer, and we get caught with it. Is that a fair call? Are people experiencing that? You kick 7 straight with Tom Lynch, not accurate. Frayed, I don't believe the wind's taking an effect still, no. I might be wrong, but in like every game I've played over the last week, I've not noticed the wind. And ironically enough, it does. It feels like bad input lag. For anyone who installed the game on PlayStation 5, how many of you played that goal-kicking game during the copying phase with Dangerfield? Because that mini-game, the wind was actually working in that, and that was the hardest goal-kicking has been, because I was watching Sock Puppet do it, we were screen sharing, and that was the hardest goal-kicking has been, because the wind actually played a part in him kicking for goal in that mini-game while the installation was happening. So I'd love to know if others had the same experience.
Nothing to split the side.
Yeah, and Aussie Wanker, I know, I agree with you, and I don't understand why, because, and I sort of, I almost want to apologise for even the way I've maybe spoken about the game previously, not fully taking into account that for whatever reason, this has been a totally different experience for PlayStation users than Steam users. I don't know why or how, but like I said, from the last 2 patches, since they improved the movement piece of the players, I've noticed a massive difference in being able to string together passes like that, like even a running forward handball like that. I know there's users on PlayStation saying that they haven't been able to handball to someone running forward. Even then, handballing backwards to go forward, get a goal. Like, that to me, that was fluid and that was clean. But I know that people aren't necessarily able to do that. I might clip that, that was quite nice. Yeah, good call, Andy, with the pro mode. Good call. Yeah, handball. And like I said, I used the clearance handball a bit.
Wins it down. Smith.
Oh, I should have. Oh, that was a bit of a glitch. I don't know what happened there.
3 in a row coming up.
See, like that shrug tackle, while I'm obviously glad I scored the goal, again, as I said before, you don't want it to happen all the time because it kind of... Oh, what snap? L2 and circle. I'll have to try that. No, I haven't tried it. I should though, shouldn't I? G'day, Power. How are you, mate? The new patch, I don't know too much as... I mean, the vibration bit works, so when the ball's landing on your head, essentially, for a mark, it vibrate. Your control will vibrate to tell you when to hit triangle, and same for spoil, which is good. This is back on hardest. So, Power, just for your reference, because I know we talked about it last night, mate, I played a game at the start on easy to see if it was any different, and I felt it was way easier, so I backed out after quarter time, because it was just too easy. So now this is on hardest. Ross, how are you, mate? I know you say that, but there's so many people not feeling the same way. And I don't know why. Like, is there any possible way that that can happen? I appreciate you jumping in the chat, by the way. And thank you for getting these fixes out. But, yeah, so many people, like even the other 2 guys that came in with us, their PlayStation experience has been way different to what I've had on here.
He hasn't got his name on the goal scorers list yet.
And it seems like a lot of people are saying it, but like I sort of posted on Big Footy, mate, I don't know. And if I'm being honest, the sock puppet, who's one of the guys who was in, is probably going to be a better player at it than I am. So I don't think it's my skill level. Yeah, it's... I don't know what else to say, because like, there just seems to be a real big variation with what PlayStation users are experiencing. It's weird. Oh. Oh, that's a good tackle. I think from a frames perspective, the Woodbloke, I think that's a good call. But if we're talking like pure gameplay, it always just feels like it. Like Ross said, if it's the same stuff being uploaded across both, in theory it should play exactly the same. But there just seems to be a lot of reports, or a lot of mixed reports about people not being able to do the things that I've felt I've been able to do. Not with ease, but easier since the last 2 patches.
Sees an opportunity and plays on. Kelly wins the contest hands down.
Well, we're going okay so far. I don't want to say the word, but it starts with C. We're going okay so far from that perspective.
This will be a close thing.
Oh, an AI miss.
It's a let off.
It's the same code. It would take way too long for us to make him different. Yeah, okay. I mean, it is.
He's off.
Would there be any other factors at play, Ross, that maybe internally on the PS5 that would explain why it may handle different at all? I know that might sound like crazy, but I suppose I'm just trying to get my head around why people are having such a different experience to me.
That's almost worth a kick.
So like those 4, oh no, I didn't push the button in time. The forward handballs though are good. The interchange thing, for those who just joined, interchanges still work on here, not automatically, but a little pop-up came up on the bottom right corner saying the interchanges were complete as the players come on. Let's try a sub. Let's see if the subs work. Because I found the other day, and I know a few of you had the same issue, that the sub was working in management mode, but not in play now. So we are in play now. Oh, so it hasn't actually So it says I've made the sub, but it hasn't actually changed on the screen. Let's see if it changes in the game.
Kicks to half forward. Green had his name written all over it.
Yeah, I definitely have noticed that, Ross, and that's...
Lays it off.
Yeah, that's what I get a bit confused about. Have some people with the PlayStation... I've read that a few people have had a bit of luck by uninstalling and reinstalling the game, like, since all the latest patches have come out. I don't know why that would make a difference, but then they've come back and said it feels different, so I don't know.
It'll be interesting to see what
Out of interest, Ross, is the crashes I'm assuming happen for a wide range of reasons. Like, it's not just... Is there a lot that are happening for the same reason, or is it a lot that are happening for different reasons that you got to try and work out? Oh shit, I did too, BJ. Damn it. I swear. What about online, Ross? How are we going with that? I've definitely found that online play's been a lot more buggier than offline. Like last night, I'm not sure if you read the feedback I put in the thread, but I was playing an online match against Bood, and 2 of the 4 quarters we were playing soccer because no one could pick up the ball, which ended up we were actually playing a really close game. And obviously the inviting a friend as well and things like that would be cool too. I think I saw you right that was coming.
Allowed them to open up that opportunity in front of goal, and they've got full reward for it.
We've got a great contest. Hope you're enjoying it.
Yeah, I find I typically find I lose a lot of the ruck contests, the centre bounce ones, but then I didn't need to handle that.
Darcy is there in the clinches. Ugelhagen, he's suddenly a popular man. Ash.
He's suddenly a popular man.
Daniel making his claim for the Golden Fist Award. Whitfield. It's a tough game.
Crashes so different people. Even button combos can crash.
But at least it's close.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Like I had one the other day where the ball, I believe, had hit the post and it just kind of shit itself there. But yeah, and like we've always said to everyone on all different platforms, because it's what you guys said to us, that if anyone does get crashes on PlayStation or Steam, just make sure you report it via Sony or Steam so it does go through the big amp, because they can then try and replicate it and troubleshoot it. Management game today, Richmond vs Collingwood pre-season, 93-87, really close the whole game. What difficulty were you on there, BJ?
He's off. It's a hot
I wasn't watching what I was doing.
Johannesson to no one in particular. Smith. The Giants guarding the corridor.
I'm not sure if Ross had posted the answer or not, but or how are we tracking with online stuff? Oh no! Kick the goal, Norton. Just boot it out the ground.
That's 2. He's causing them plenty of headaches down there.
Can I've missed shots with Harry Mackay, I can promise you. Hardest. That's awesome, B. That's a really good game then. Yeah, training mode, I agree. Online tougher to test for sure. Yeah. Like I said, the most annoying bug was that soccer bug that you literally can't pick the ball up for the entire quarter, and it happened twice, but I'm probably more of an online nuffy than offline, so I'm looking forward to that one being up to speed. Tiger Air, welcome. How's it going? Oh, see, BJ, that doesn't seem too bad. Another behind. So what have you done here, Ross? AI definitely, well, in this particular game, have definitely missed more. Are we going to see the wind have an effect for set shots in the next couple of patches? Oh, the Bont. Oh, I nearly ran too far.
Neat little stab kick. Himmelberg, desperate to win it back.
He's standing still. Get him.
The Dogs have denied them the corridor. Daniels. Delightfully done. Ash. Catch me if you can, he said.
No, couldn't shut him down in time.
Just needs to finish.
Wind and footedness will come into play by end of the week. Okay. Cool.
He's deadly around goal.
One kick game again.
Tiger, this is my second just play now mode. I tried one on easy at the start, and just because I know a few people were saying they were finding easy was hard, and hard was easy for some reason, and I found that the easy was fairly easy, so I stopped it after the first quarter, and I've now redone it with the same 2 teams on hardest, just to see if there was a difference, and there clearly is at the moment for me.
Just
it's a lot more closer game. And then next up I'll try my team management game to see how that goes, and then we'll do online. So I like to test all three of the game modes just to see how they all handle with the different bits and pieces.
They'll bide their time. Thumped away. McRae.
I need to know if Duray's on.
On the match. Ugle-Hagan has it within range.
He's been striking this shouldn't present any
Dev.
problems.
I suppose Ross can probably answer. These cross-platform already out. I've only ever come up against PC players, to be honest.
How's the kick? Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, training mode would be cool as well. I'm pretty confident at the launch party night that there was a training mode there.
Neither side.
And I don't know what's going to be in it, but I would love to see things like that mini game that was at the start for the PS install with danger kicking the goal. Like, those kind of things would be cool. Although not... I mean, obviously gameplay and crashes is more essential to fix than a mini game, but I'm talking down the track, it would be good to have things like that in. Cross-platform will be live this week as well. Okay, there we go. Cross-platform will be live. That's cool. That's going to be interesting, especially, and like I know what you're saying, Ross, about they're on the same. But it's going to be interesting to see how it handles Steam versus PlayStation. And it's like we can test that pretty easily because a few of the boys have got PlayStation, so I'll be giving that a fair crack. Okay, so PS4 can't play PS5, but so PS4 can verse PS5 and PS5 can verse Steam or PS4. Was that how I read that? Oh yeah, Speckies. Good question, Goobs. Is Speckies coming? I know at the launch night the devs were saying that the Speckies was something they were still working on, but I don't know where it got to. Oh, got to get rid of that.
Had some assistance. Trelaw.
Oh, I needed to stab that. That was bad.
McLean.
Get rid of it, Tobes.
Taylor is calm in a crisis. Can they keep the footy this time?
Yeah, I still feel this is... Yeah, it's definitely been playing better since these last two patches. For me, anyway. I don't want to speak on other people's behalf, but I can only kind of comment on what... Oh, what was snap again? L2 circle. Bauer with some hair. That's been funny checking that game, I'm not going to lie.
Gardner, quick kick towards centre half forward. English. Davis is dangerous when he has space.
Good spoil. The vibration seems to be working okay as well, chat, as part of the new patches. It sort of vibrates as you're meant to spoil or mark.
Got to the right position and hung on. Heads for the pocket. Johannesson. Good looking kick. Gathers at halfback.
Oh, that's going to be on the ball. Oh no, we've got a squeeze one out there.
Handball. Sloppy disposal and a turnover. Bontempelli goes without it. That's unusual. Towards the boundary line. Ash fumbled it like a cake of soap. He's off.
Oh, no. I knew that was going to happen.
McLean. Some people can't kick that far.
Get him.
Coming. Runs on.
I've got to try one of those. Oh, that was I don't know what happened there. I didn't even kick that.
These half chances can often be the difference.
Mr. Merv, welcome. You can actually outmark the AI now, which is relieving. Okay, that's cool. Tiger Boy, yesterday. The last game I played yesterday. It was in the last quarter, Richmond versus West Coast. So funnily enough, the only two I had were yesterday in management mode. So I'm still actually stuck at that game. I haven't been able to complete it yet. So I'm going to play it next and see if I can get through it. So I'm hoping it's not related to that particular match itself, because I was not able to complete it in 2 attempts yesterday. So we will give it a go.
Darcy, that could be a goal-saving tackle. They asked the question, but the umpire will have it.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, that's a good call, Ross. And I feel awful with how this panned out for you guys, because I know what came out, and we all know what came out wasn't what you had planned to come out for, whatever the reasons may be. And you know, we all acknowledge it wasn't great, and I'm sure you guys would too. But the fact you're putting out this many patches that quickly to try and rectify it is good. Like, and I know people are going to have differing opinions on that in itself, as you've seen on Big Footy and whatnot, but you can only put out the patches you can put out. So, and like, yeah, I feel it's improved so far, and hopefully, you know, we're taking more steps in the right direction. That is a shit handball.
This'll be a goal.
I swear to God, if I can't lose in 8 seconds. Or, well, maybe I could.
Kick the difference.
Well, they've given themselves a chance to pinch this match. It would
Gordy, I don't think they have. So Ross mentioned before that the wind and footedness is going to come into effect later this week, which I'm very much looking forward to.
Bruce with the tap. Canelio is a clearance beast. Perryman gets the
Possibly BJ. That's actually not a bad call. This is on hardest, Reggie. Welcome. This is on hardest.
There it is. A scintillating game of football and a precious.
Yeah, I'm sure you were, Ross.
Thanks
Yeah.
for joining us. Hope you
yeah.
join us again for the next
If
match. Until then, it's bye for now.
the fact we know play Cremo says. Yeah, I think Creep. It's the single play career mode would have been good. I was actually looking forward to it personally as well. But I mean, hopefully we see it come back in. I'm not sure whether it will get patched in to this one or if it will be in the next one. But all right, so Richmond versus West Coast. Let's see. So this was the game that I haven't been able to complete twice on hardest. We'll see how we go. Now, the other question, Ross, that I keep getting from this particular mode, the Damien Hardwick in this mode for me is bald. Now, people had floated the concept that because it's management career, that the coach is actually meant to be a reflection of me or the user because they're coaching the team. Is that the case, or is it actually meant to be dimmer? Oh, Ross with a sub. Thank you, mate. Oh, Mr. Merv's gifted Ross a sub. Mr. Merv. Well, Mr. Merv. You know what you got to do? You got to pick a number off the board now. All right, thank you for the gifted Mr. Merv. We're going to head to the game show screen and then we'll get back into the game. 11, legs 11 for Merv. Is there a gold star behind 11? No gold star, but I really appreciate the gifted, and you've gifted to Ross as well, so that's really kind.
And West Coast. It's early in the season, but both teams will be keen to build some momentum and bank premiership points. And here comes.
So not all coaches are slow to the likeness. Occasionally a bug. Okay. Because yeah, he shows up okay in my play now mode, but sometimes in here he's bald. But you know, with the way the Tigers are playing, it might have been an accurate reflection of him pulling his hair out too. Did Ross confirm play career mode? I missed that. Bevo will never be there. Will it ever come out why Bevo declined early on?
But now it's time for action.
Yeah, a lot of people have been asking about Craig McRae.
Wins the first tap. Ginby. Not sure who that was meant
Okay.
for, but it's been picked off. He's so clean with
Oh, I'm
the
too small.
punched away.
Pick that up, Morris.
Yo, leading by example. Can he hit a target?
What about tactics, Ross? When are tactics likely to come in? And is it...
That's a great hand pass.
It feels like, and this might be a wrong assumption, but it feels like that the AI are maybe utilising tactics because of the way they set up and man up and things like that we maybe aren't accessing yet. Is that the case, or he's insecure about his teeth? Might take until Monday, okay. And is that going to be like on the fly tactics in terms of using the D-pad, or is it preset before the game and doing it via pause menu? So there we go. AI do have access to tactics, so that confirms what a few of us were thinking just visually from what we're seeing. On the fly tactic changes, okay, cool.
The two big men do battle.
Tell you what, folks, if there was ever a stream you're going to tune into, this is the one. We're getting live Q&A with the man himself. What else did I have questions about? Tactics.
Out of the congestion.
Custom banners. I reckon there'd be some illegal things behind that just quietly.
Waterman, Rioli with a chance now.
Oh, get it out to Rioli.
He's under close attention. Great tackling technique.
Themed rounds, custom banners. Yeah. For me, custom banners are kind of almost like what happens with 2K when people upload their own pictures for Pro-Am. It gets a bit ridiculous.
And he is delivered.
On the board with his first, that'll boost his confidence.
HC, AFL players in real life can kick 50 metres or more.
The Eagles Look keen to atone for last week's
It's probably a bouncing thing, HC NDO, because I found, and from the launch party night, especially from kick out, I was actually finding, and people noticed this as well, that plays were actually kicking at like 65 meters every time easily. It was a bit ridiculous. So the longer you hold the kick button though, the further it goes. I'm using the stab button for these kicks in particular so I can hit my targets. So that was a bit short because I stabbed it. If I had kicked it normally, I might have actually got it to him. So I don't know if there's a limitation on the distance they can kick, with excluding obviously the use of torps, because that's a bit different. But yeah, I know that, yeah, from the launch party one, it was definitely a bit weird that there was just 65 meter kicks. I'll try and boot one here as a drop punt. See, I would say that's close to 50. That was just a drop punt. Did that look okay distance-wise to you? Like, I held that down as long as I possibly could. That one I half held. Oh, Dusty, come on, mate.
To open their account, it's good.
Oh, set shots. Okay. Well, I'll try and take a mark a bit further out. So you're talking about even like getting your power all the way to the end.
The Tigers with a
yes, BJ. Yep, this is Steam. G'day, Pef. What's going on, mate? Hope you're doing well.
With a deft tap. Gaff. He's been busy.
Yeah, auto interchanges. You don't have to keep spamming that one. We'll get that one answered, hopefully.
This is good ball movement.
Hendo. Okay, Hendo. Thank you, mate.
Goals have been tough to come by.
I'll talk about the entire start to finish. What happened and why. Oh, now or at a later date, Ross? I need to say this. This is why I need to get you on for a pod chat so we can talk about all this stuff.
The Eagles with 3 of the first 4.
So if you're going to talk about it now, I almost feel the need to stop playing so I can read. it.
Clever kick.
Well, Per, funny you say that because the previous game. Oh, thank you for the sub, BJ. The previous game, there was about 4 or 5 behinds kicked. I've got to pause this now because BJ, you've got to pick a number, my man. You've got to pick a number. So we'll go to the game show. Appreciate the sub. Okay, let's go. Okay, yeah, no, I don't know if you were implying, Ross, that the point was me or someone else, but I'm happy to facilitate where possible. 82, BJ, 82. Thank you for the sub, mate. Is there a gold star behind 82? No to the gold star, but I appreciate the love and support, mate. Really, really appreciate it.
Needs that to come back.
Yeah, auto interchange, is that happening?
They dodged a bullet there. They might not be so lucky next time.
G'day, Kane, welcome. Yeah, so Ross was saying tactics will be in soon. And that it will be on-the-fly tactics. So I didn't ask the control specifically, but I'm thinking it's going to be the directional pad is my guess. So you won't have to do it before, during and after the quarters. You can do it on the fly. So the gold star is definitely behind one of the numbers. There's Ball Dimmer. So yeah, on the fly tactics I'm pretty excited by. And Russ also did confirm that the AI, as it stands now, do have access to said tactics. So that's why they probably line up a little bit different to what we do and run to different spots. The tactics will take place after the following wipe. What constitutes a wipe? Oh, thank you for that follow, Dark Goblin. All right, your turn. You're up for the board. Pick a number. Pick a number, Goblin. Appreciate the love and support, guys. Just trying to give back. So if you find the gold star, you can win $10 that I'll... Number 1. Oh, he couldn't help you. Number 1. Is there a gold star behind number 1? There is not. It was just my shoddy editing skills, I think. But no, appreciate the sub there, Goblin. AFL symbol is a wipe. What is it? Oh, I'm not too sure what that means. Pink Panthers, do you think the Tigers can go on a decent run and push for finals? Like, the problem is we really needed to beat the Gold Coast because I had us down, and I think a lot of people have us down as losing to Geelong.
fart in your general direction. Your mother was a hamster, and your father smelt of elderberries.
Yeah, so I always felt that we could afford to lose to Geelong because they're, playing pretty good, but we had to beat Gold Coast and obviously West Coast, which we beat West Coast. But the Gold Coast piece, I think, is the one that's going to hurt us long term. But like, I know on the surface you're right, we are only two and a half games, whatever it is, outside the 8, but we're just not playing like a team that's going to play finals at the moment.
Can he be the fire starter? Short.
No, we're not a huge chance against the Cats. Who said that? No chance.
Went bang.
Your tall forwards are going to kill us. Like, as much as I love Noah Bolter, he has hot and cold days. He's still very young and very raw. But if he has an off day and he's on Jeremy Cameron or Tom Hawkins, I don't know whether Young's going to be able to do a job on the other one, and it could be lights out. Our midfield might compete okay, but I don't think we're going to be able to continue defensively, unfortunately. All Guernseys will be in. That's good. I found it interesting, Ross, and you might have a valid reason as to why this happened, with the Anzac Guernseys in particular, that I found Richmond's was in there and a couple of other teams, but not Essendon or Collingwood yet. But I'm sure they all were at the start, potentially, and something maybe happened. But I just found that was a bit funny. Good tackle. Well, Terrence Hips cooked, I think, BJ. I don't think he's travelling too well. Oh, I find out for your first game from New South Wales. How many games do you typically get to a year? That's awesome. Oh, Gordy, mate. I agree with you. The first quarter, the Eagles were all over us, and I'm sure I wasn't the only Tigers fan thinking this, but I'm watching it like it's happening. They're going to do us. And it took us almost 2.5 quarters to get going. And you obviously had another injury during the game. How was that player's knee, by the way? I didn't actually see a follow-up. Hopefully he's okay. But you've obviously got next to no players to pick from. So if we weren't able to get it back on our terms, we should really have just packed it in. Oh, you're kidding. ACL, that's shit. That is so bad. That was so innocuous. Like, you honestly... I've done my ACL twice, maybe 3 times. I'm pretty sure it's torn currently. I haven't got it checked. And it really doesn't take much. I can't remember the West Coast player name. Someone else might be able to advise. I like that little auto shrug as well, Ross. As long as it's not too OP, I like it. It sort of helps with centre clearances.
Taking no chances there.
What did I do to my knee? So the first time I tore it, I was playing indoor soccer with some mates. How old have I been? Maybe 21, 22 maybe. I went to... The bloke got the ball past me because, full disclosure, I'm not a very good soccer player, but it was just a good social thing to play with some mates. And I turned to chase him, and my foot planted and stuck. Like, you know how the indoor courts are a bit grippier. My foot planted, and I twisted, and I dislocated my knee, tore my meniscus and my ACL. And it was excruciating, and thankfully my knee popped back in straight away as I hit the ground. It like bumped it back in. Otherwise, I'm not sure how I would have coped with that. So I had the reconstruction, the normal hamstring reconstruction, and 6 months later, I was like, had done the rehab stuff. I was able to start running and jogging, doing all that kind of stuff. And cricket pre-season had started, and I never was going to go and do full-blown cricket pre-season, but I thought, I'll go down to the nets and just roll the arm over, put a couple of balls down, help the guys out or whatever. And I was literally bowling off about 4 steps. Not fast, just going through the motions. And on landing on a follow-through step, I just felt it pop and go again. Didn't do no dislocation that time. But yes, I retore it 6 months after the initial operation. And then I left it for about a year and a half, 2 years. Because I just couldn't afford to go through it again. But I found my knee was locking up quite a bit. And so what I mean by that is, like, walking, it would actually kind of lock up and I'd have to like stop and click it essentially, because the meniscus I think tore again as well. So I then decided to get, I'm sure you guys would have heard of the Lars ligament, which is like this is synthetic fibre. I think David Roden had it and a few other AFL players, because it was quicker recovery time. There was only one surgeon I could find here that would do it. So I had that done, and I was, just for a comparison, normal hamstring reconstruction, it took me about 4 to 5 weeks to be able to walk unaided with crutches. With the Lars ligament one, I was walking unaided without crutches in about 2 weeks, which was good. And then I was playing soccer, again, field soccer at Frankston, and went to chase the bloke again. The ground moved, the ref said he saw that, and I'm pretty sure that was when I tore it again. So there we go. That's my run of injuries, and that's why I can no longer play sport. But I don't mind coaching sport, just quietly. BJ, you and Shay, I grew up in the same suburb, and you've met him. Is he a good bloke?
That's two. He's causing them plenty of headaches down there.
Finish the game off, Reggie. Jesus. G'day, Eagle. Do I think Pickett has been told to watch his roughness? I mean, if you're talking or looking at it purely from a repercussion suspension perspective, I think he may have, because you're right, he can be a little bit reckless in his approach to the man with the ball, which I do sometimes like, but not when you give away free kicks. But with the Chook Lotto that is the MRP, and Ross, I'm glad there's no suspensions, because there was no possible way you could have replicated what the MRP dish out. Or is there suspensions? Maybe there is. I haven't seen it. Oh, the other question, Ross, if you're still here, with the management mode, I've seen the season, seen how all the drafting stuff works, the free agency and things like that. When is that part going to be fixed? A lot of the players are bald, and that probably doesn't bother me right now, but it has to obviously get fixed at some point. And I've noticed that the players that you can draft, you can put on your watch list, it comes up saying that their potential is maybe like 65 to 84, something like that, for example. Does that mean when it's fully functioning that you're going to be able to track their growth to see what their stats are getting to make your decision on who to draft? Is it that in depth, or is it just a bit random?
Now it's someone else's problem.
No 15. Bit of spoiling here.
Time for the Crummers to go to work. Gaff moving the footy laterally.
Oh, Dusty, come on.
That's almost worth a kick. Cully normally delivers.
Oh yeah, and a Specky's coming. That's a good one too. Need to see some Speckies.
Ignoring the corridor for now. Ginby, dangerous.
I didn't mean to rattle you, I apologise. Definitely not my intention. I mean, I feel like I've just been very unfortunate. But PCL, I'm hoping, is a better recovery than ACL.
A bit of wriggle room if you can kick this.
Carlton, you can simulate games one at a time. When you get to the game menu, you just hit simulate match. I was looking for a button where you could skip to a point on the calendar and sim to there, but I haven't seen it yet. But you can definitely do it game by game. Okay, lots of changes. Awesome. That's good to hear. I have seen one push in the back free kick, Aiden. But I don't know if that was before the update or not.
He might have done better. Cumberland.
Oh, that's not a bad bit of play. Oh, what about bumping, Ross? Is bumping coming in soon?
So he brings it to ground. Martin might look to center this. Sloppy
I got a bit ahead of myself and went to snap that before I even had the footy. Risk versus reward and push. Yes. Is that all in play at the moment? Maybe I don't tackle enough. I've seen a 50-metre penalty paid against me. I don't know what I did, but I saw it.
It's no place for the faint-hearted. They might be a little unlucky not to be rewarded. It was a fine tackle.
Oh, Clayton with the raid. How are you, Clayton? Thank you very much for the raid, mate. And we know what happens when we get a raid. We've got to see this bad boy. No, I appreciate the raid, Clayton. Welcome to your raid, buddy. How was your stream, mate? How did everything go for you tonight? Hopefully your stream went well. Yeah, bumping. I think bumping would be awesome, especially when you're running for the ball and jostling. I think like being able to knock him off the ball would be good.
Can they get something going?
Is that shot?
Cumberland wins it back. Great, Mark.
Yeah, welcome to the Raiders.
Kick these goals.
Oh, Clayton. When did it crash? Out of interest. When did it? What are you playing on PlayStation or Steam?
That's a class Classy finish. We've become accustomed to that from him.
The Tigers with a late one on the verge of three-quarter time. Natanui.
Yeah, a lot of people are
smashes it out
asking for
there.
state league
Gaff,
stuff, aren't they?
Kelly. She delivers it inside 50. Waterman.
Oh, look at that overlap that he's been able to create. Oh, oh, Jesus, that was lucky. I reckon I was about to get pinged there.
We'll turn for home with this match firmly in the balance.
Oh, no, just after the song. Does that mean you've got to replay
Time
it?
for some more insights from Gary on the boundary.
You can pour over the stat sheets all you
So
like.
this version
Game's
is
on the
still
line,
behind the
there's still
expected
nothing to
launch
make.
version. I put a list of
Everyone's
functions
exhausted.
that will be there by
The only
weeks
question that
and or
matters
just
is
after.
who will be tough enough
Was that,
for longer.
have you chucked that
Couldn't
list up
agree
on
more,
your
Gary.
Twitter,
Thanks
Ross?
for
Because I
that.
might share that places as well. That, I mean,
Natanui
while it
had his
obviously
medal
sucks that
today.
it wasn't
She
like this from the start, obviously.
Dicks!
It's good to know that there's still,
chance here.
you know, lots of improvement to come.
What a game
Out of
he's
interest,
had.
Ross, the tweaks you've done on
Bolter.
the
He's stopped in
AI,
his tracks.
the movement and things like that, were they things that you had already fixed for the game that was meant to launch, or are they things that you've actually just noticed and fixed on the fly as fresh sort of challenges?
Going at his first, and he's got it.
It eases the pressure on the forwards when you have midfielders chipping in.
The Eagles are really taking it to
So
him
the
today.
Eagles just will not let me win this
Natanui
game.
has rucked tirelessly,
Oh,
lays it
shit, I
off.
thought I had that.
Gaff leading from the
No.
front. He's got support. She, Cully. The Eagles
Shit.
should score here. He's hit up the lead.
A huge
G'day,
kick of
TB.
confidence to the match.
Oh, from a personal Mystic? Yes, I'm on Steam. Yep.
Struck it well. No problems there.
I'm not sure how to do any of that stuff. If someone, maybe not tonight, has the time to coach me through how to upload images for
The two big
the
men
creator, because I want to
move
make my
back.
Pink Panther team and get some of the followers in there and upload my logo, but I'm
Can he get a kick
a bit of a
away?
noob with that stuff, so I'm always keen for help and tutorials
The
if anyone
Eagles finishing strongly. Cully couldn't
if anyone has the
fight.
time to
He's
do so
caught.
at some point. Is it easy?
The umpire will
Is it just converting it to an SVG file and then placing it on the Guernsey? I shouldn't say easy because it's probably not as easy as that.
Pickett. Finally, they go
No,
inside.
Dusty.
That's a
Oh,
strong
come on,
run.
Dusty.
A question of accuracy, and he should be able to answer in the
Oh, you're doing his own Mystic. Nice. Well, maybe we can go on the journey together and you can let me know how to do it.
Okay, let's go.
Why does Dusty's kick meter go so
He's
quick?
made the goal umpire work.
Ah, Jacko,
How
thank
many
you
more
for the
chances like that
follow.
they're going to get?
Much appreciated, Jacko. All right, Jacko, don't go anywhere. You've got to pick a number from the board as a little treat for subbing. So we'll head to the game show. All right, Jacko. What? No, yeah, Lee. Don't be a flog, mate. Show a bit of respect. I know it hasn't panned out how we all hoped, but let's be respectful of the fact that they're here, answering questions, trying to fix stuff, and giving some info. Jacko, what number would you like from the board? 42 to try and win $10. 42. Is there a gold star behind 42? No gold star. Appreciate the sub though, mate. Really, really appreciate it. You're a legend. Thank you so much for the love and support.
Away he goes.
Oh, Dusty,
Almost an
kick a goal, son.
accidental intercept.
He's
Oof.
got it.
I think I'm still a little bit too far behind.
In front
I
by
think
9
online, Ross, it
points.
was happening. Maybe was it later this week or early next week? We've got to do a few more testing bits and pieces
A bit of
to.
a panicked handball.
Because I'm keen for online too.
I don't think he meant
And
to smother it. They
full
might be
disclosure,
caught out on the turnover.
I'll definitely be
In
having
the middle.
nights when playing with followers too. So if you are up for a game at any stage,
Didn't need to be
I'll
asked
definitely
twice.
be
It's a tough
I'll
game.
definitely be keen for that.
Oh, cries the crowd, and the umpire agrees.
She.
The goddamn dead man, welcome. Dusty, he's been better this year than last year, unquestionably. But he's still not the Dusty of 3 or 4 years ago. But nor was he ever going to be because you know it's time goes on. People get a bit older. But I actually think the problem is that he's spending too much time up forward. I think he's actually still showing he can have more of an impact when playing in the midfield.
He's off. Great play. Petrovsky-Seton demanded the footy and got it. It's there.
Oh, mine said it was Jacko. Apologies, apologies, Doxin. You pick a number. My apologies. It is. I don't know what happened there. No. Doxin, you pick one. As you pick one. I apologise. I don't know why my screen... I must have read something else altogether. You pick a number. That is yours. Team chance won't be the game. No. You made the sub. You made the sub. You do it. It's your chance to win back $10 as a thank you from me for subbing. So no, you make the call. Yeah, I agree, Bluey. Zarsoff, he needs more time in the middle. More time in the middle for sure. It's hard. At his age, though, he might not be wanting to run that much in the middle, but I think he looks better for it and we look better for it. Number 5 for the GOAT, Gaza. Is there a gold star behind Big Gaza or no gold star? But appreciate the sub. Or the Wood Bloke. We've got a back-to-back one. Tier 1 sub. Thank you for the sub, Wood Bloke. Pick a number. Pick a number while we're here. See if you can find the golden star on the board. Grand final badges, yet they should be coming back. Appreciate all the follows as well, guys, and the likes. And then we'll get back in and we've got to try and get this win against West Coast. They are the bane of my existence. Oh, 4 for Dusty. Respect. What a superstar. Is there a gold star behind Dusty? If I had my Richmond hat on when doing this, I probably would have done this. But no gold star behind the great man Dusty. But I appreciate the sub, though. Would appreciate it. No, that's right. I've been trying to keep it level-headed as best I can. And like I said, I was probably in a bit more of a unique position early on where I probably... And I don't want to drop myself in it with Ross in the chat, but I was probably in a unique position where I probably knew a little bit more than most because of just the situation that arose. So I was definitely what maybe come across as, fanboying or defending Big Ant because it was obvious and I knew that what come out wasn't meant to come out. I know it doesn't make it right, it doesn't fix it for everyone else, and it was still shitty to deal with. And no one wants to be in that position. But I felt sort of responsible to maybe pass on a bit of context where possible. Because just to try and alleviate some source points. But yeah, I think no one shies away from it being disappointing. But all we can do is respect the fact that the Big Ant crew are working their ass off to rectify it as quick as they can. So 27th is, I know what you're trying to do, 27th. Yeah, Gretchy, it's one of those things, I'll always be grateful and appreciative of the flags and the title. Like, I never ever thought I would see a Richmond flag in my life, and I'm sure a lot of people my age thought the same. Watching this year, though, has been a little bit frustrating because on paper, I honestly thought that we were a chance for top 4 with the list we had. I know we've had a couple of injuries, but every club has those. Like, you look at St Kilda, I mean, no one, not even St Kilda supporters, thought they would be doing that well. So, it's, yeah, it's been hard. And I would like to think that you can equally respect and appreciate what the Tigers have given us the last 5 or 6 years, while also having high expectations of their current performance. I think those two things can live side by side. Well, West Coast have done me, so this is not hardest, so it's still hard. Oh, Gordy, the Eagles, it's remarkable they're even playing. Appreciate the follow, Carlton. Yes, Merv, so this is the 3rd time I've played this game. When I say this game, this match versus West Coast in management mode, and I've finally gotten through it. Power just played on easy. Okay, because you were having trouble with that yesterday, so that's interesting. Oh, you couldn't watch 29, you're in Europe. Oh, shit. Should have hit up a bar to tell them to play it for you. Well, there you go, Power. You can now step it up now. Hit up to medium. Good footy. And that's the thing, Eagle. We're going to try an online game now, folks. We'll see how this goes. That's the thing. A lot of teams this year are playing 1 or 2 quarters. Like, we've done it repetitively. We've given one good quarter, and that good quarter would be better than most teams on their day. But we can't do it for long enough now. It's shit. The reality is that the launch night build was better than what was released. Yeah, as were the various videos prior. We're disappointed. I'm particularly disappointed for those of Big Ant. Their first game, not the way. 100% Ross. And like, annoyingly, I knew that straight away too when playing it, because we'd obviously played earlier on. I'm like, oh my god, what has happened? Because it was, even the submission build that we played at yours was better than what was put out. So, you know, it was very obvious that something went haywire. And like I said, though, massive respect to the team for no doubt putting in ridiculous hours to rectify it. Powered, the bench... Oh, is that you, Des? Oh, very good. The bench has come in. So one thing I noticed is when I made an interchange, it's not automatic yet, but one thing I noticed is when you made the change, in the bottom right corner, a little strip come up saying interchange confirmed or interchange complete, one of the two. And they did change. But I did notice that when I tried to make the sub, it didn't actually change on my lineup screen, but I believe it changed on the field. So, yeah, but that probably just needs to be tweaked and fine-tuned, I guess. And that was in Play Now, I should add as well, because I remember a couple of days ago that the Play Now interchange wasn't working, but management was. G'day, Rory. How are you, mates? Welcome back. Yeah, exactly, News Age, yeah. Oh, Mr. Jib, tell me about it. That was so unexpected. We're not doing more because of this. The game will have more input. Yeah, I agree, Ross. And, you know, the fact you've been so in the community to get feedback, not just for this game, but for the other games too, has always been good.
I'm Anthony Hudson. We're coming to you from
Mr. Merv, I do want to do tournaments, but I remember I don't want to do them yet. I want to wait till the online piece is fully up to date first, and all the bits that Ross has to add back on are added on, obviously. But I do remember in an interview that Ross did with Twisties saying that there was another online piece he was looking to add whereby people could spectate games. So, you know, I could be playing, or you and someone else could be playing a game, and I could watch it and pick a camera of my choice and so on, and spectate essentially. That's when I want to do the tournaments, because then you can stream it, you can have a bit of banter, and you can watch everyone playing. So I'm not sure if that's still in the pipeline or when that's going to happen. But that, in my mind, that's when I would like to do it, but then it's probably depending on how far away that part is.
It's a great opportunity for both sides to blow out some
Like, exactly right, live crowds, we can all get stuck into each other. You know, we can all potentially jump in a Discord call, for example, and talk shit about the game while playing it, which I think would be quite fun and quite amusing on stream. Okay, spectator. When you say down the track, are we talking months, years, just so I can work out if I need to do something different? It would be awesome, though. It would be so cool to be able to spectate and just hang shit on people. Months? Okay, that's cool. That's all right. To be fair, though, I will still want to, you know, do my own thing and play. Like I said, I'll be definitely playing games against followers. Maybe not every night, but definitely a couple of times a week I'll play with followers, play some games. We can maybe work out our own internal leaderboard, something like that. Yeah, spectator mode with in-game chat or in a Discord call would be huge.
He's got it.
He might just be in for a big day.
G'day, Snow. Well, I did. I put the offer out early on. This is kind of how it all come to pass, essentially, because I've run a pod for quite a number of years, even though it's Richmond-based, but then I could tie it into the gaming piece as well, and get to know the Big Ant story a bit better. But obviously there's been a bit going on, but we'll do that in due time. Can we boo in spectator mode? What's happening there? I've kind of missed the whole Buddy Franklin thing. Am I right in saying that the Collingwood fans booed him because he, like, not tried to take out, but had a crack at Nick or one of the Dacosses? Because if so, I think that's okay. That's no different to if Tom Lynch bumped someone behind the ball, or if Joel Selwood bumped someone behind the ball, whatever it might be. I think that's okay. As long as it's not a weak... The Horn Francis one is the confusing one. Can we pitch invade in spectator mode? Imagine being able to pitch invade. Tackle. I'm really interested to see how this online game plays, because this has probably been the most buggy. Yeah, I think that's a good call. I think that would be an enthralling pod to do, to hear, I suppose, the trials and tribulations of what's happened, and just hearing all the behind-the-scenes stuff. I mean, obviously we'd rather not have to talk about that stuff ultimately, but it's happened, and I think it would be fascinating to hear how it's all played out and, you know, go through everything that you did to get it back to where it needs to be. I think we can definitely tear that up once. I know you've got a bit on. You've got cricket as well, rugby. It's all happening. Yeah, I kind of felt the same way, Rippin. Yeah, exactly. It's all a learning.
He doesn't miss many of these, and he hasn't missed that one.
Can I play security? But Mr. Jib, if you play security, they usually face the crowd. You won't actually see the game. Look, see, are they facing the ground? Oh, they might be facing the ground.
Reeves with a deft tap. Hopper does the roving. Now it's someone else's problem. They've coughed it up.
Can we leave Adam Simpson in as a goal umpire, though?
Away he goes.
That should be an optional feature that we can keep.
What's he got on offer? Bolton sees an opportunity and plays on.
Oh, no, I thought I kicked it.
The lift door's closed on him and he's gone.
Clever kick.
Yeah, left the spoil broady.
Broad.
Oh,
Clears the
shit.
area. More.
As much as I love that spoil animation, punching it that way was not going to end well for me.
That's hard to stop.
They've hit the ground running and a goal.
Driving for the car. Imagine being able to pick all those roles. It's almost like, what's that? Is it GTA where you can like fully role play? You can be a police officer, you can be whatever you want. Imagine having a role playing AFL game where you can be an umpire and
Doesn't matter who you are. It's always good to get
do all that kind of stuff. That would be quite cool. What are mini games? Something that's coming in, Ross? Like obviously you had the mini game at the start of the PlayStation version with Dangerfield kicking for goal while it was loading. Are things like that things you're looking to implement later on once everything else you want in is done?
Can he hit a target?
Stay in.
Kicks astray and out of bounds.
Roaming BT.
Gary Lyon is down on the boundary. Gaz, what have you got for us?
Be an umpire. Imagine if you could, do special match referee like you can on the wrestling games. The amount of stitch-ups on your mates would be out of this world. Oh, there we go. Mini games are coming back. Very good.
That'll be key for them.
Reeves slaps it out. Flostone, slick hands. Taranto under pressure.
Good kick. Oh, 2v1 here.
Good kick.
Oh.
Martins.
Oh, no, I didn't play on.
Terrific tackle. He must have heard footsteps.
That's probably one of the glitches, I suppose. Like you mark it, and then it's like telling me that I've played on, but I didn't press anything. And I only ever feel like that happens in online. I don't feel like that happens in career or play now.
Rioli spoils. Taranto. He breaks away and can pump it forward. Can he be the fire starter? Revo takes some stopping. It's there.
That's a timely.
There are no service for onlines. Oh, really? Peer-to-peer. So does that mean it's dependent on one person's internet? We matchmake, then drop our role to enable. Oh, okay. That's it. I've never heard of online happening that way.
Sicily got a fist in.
So how does it work? Does that rely on just one person's internet connection?
And there's little in it on the scoreboard. What's happening down there, Gary?
A low-scoring affair so far. Hopefully both coaches will be more offensively minded now and try to generate some run and carry. Both sides are capable of hitting the scoreboard regularly and
tight contest here.
Emphasis and some smarter decision-making to get that happening.
Thanks, Gary. As we get going again, Reeves had his measures.
And I don't know, others might have a different story, but I don't know if the communication piece is working in this yet, like being able to talk to the other player. Like I know I've muted Desi at the moment, but even last night I took myself off mute to boot him. He could hear me apparently in his game, but I couldn't hear him. Maybe that's a me issue potentially.
How's the kick? Nothing wrong with that.
Oh, it's kick it away.
Impressive first call out. They've got their tails right.
Well, your co-op would be good. I'm all about co-op. There you go, Jamie. I've been living under a rock. Oh, no. Not promising. Oh, no, it's kind of fixed itself. Let's see what happens. I dare say it's going to disconnect, though. Okay, so it obviously Froze up quite a bit there. But Des, I'll happily hand you the win there, mate. You were well ahead. I know, I shouldn't say it. I'm going to try again, though. Ban the C word. I'm not wrong, though, am I? Every time I reckon we've said, or not every time, but more often than not, something ends up happening. So, being P2P, whose issue does that end up being? Is there a way to determine if it was my end or Daz's end? Yeah, at least it didn't crash. That is a good thing. I'll play as someone else, though. I won't play as Richmond. I'll play as Melbourne. C word caused it. We definitely have to ban that. Kano, we might have to put that word in the ban list, and it's not the typical C word we'd be putting in there. Oh, so yours... Wow, Desert, so yours completely crashed. Okay. That's interesting. Rhino, crash is the C word. Show feet? What do you mean? He actually added the ban word. I wonder what comes up if we'll see how that goes, Kane. Very funny, mate. It's probably more a self-imposed ban on me from saying it. Oh, I don't. Samson, he's alright. Samson, alright. He can kick a goal.
Welcome. I'm Anthony Hudson. We're coming to you.
You're streaming daily and also. Okay, so it's probably my fault.
Between Collingwood and Melbourne. There aren't any points on the line.
So I don't know, like for context about my internet speeds and things like that. I'm on 100 download.
Good to be here, Hutto. I like the Demons.
100 download, 40 upload.
At their best, they're a formidable side and an entertaining.
So I'm not sure.
They get off to a good start. They'll be
not sure how much of a factor that plays in me streaming, playing, and doing all that kind of stuff.
Already making plenty of noise as the captains come together.
Oh, how much is Samson Ryan Major and Supercoach? It's still, I still feel like, and I'm sure everyone who games feels the same, that our internet as a whole in Australia is still just shit. Like when you look at sort of internet plans from people in America and things like that that are like on 1 gig minimum for download and 500 upload and shit like that, and we're scraping the bottom of the barrel here. BJ, this will sound stupid and I still stand by. I don't technically count that St Kilda game as Samson's Ryan debut. He should not have played that game. It was pissing rain. He had no right to play it, and he injured himself in the first 5 minutes, and I felt horrible for him. So I'm super glad for him that he's been able to get some good games under his belt, kick some goals, and get some confidence, because that was one of the worst games to debut in I've ever seen. Now, I asked my Discord this yesterday. Keen to hear from everyone else, though. Who is the most famous person you have met? I was just interested to see how far, or who's the most famous person that people have come across. It was just the haircut. He's been elite. Yeah. You'd rather have me playing instead of... Nah, Samson Ryan's good. Nah, just in general, Kano. Just in general. Doesn't have to be footy related. Billy Brownless, Billy Frampton, Dean Jones, Dusty or Zaharakis. Ben... Oh, Ben Toast. I'm not sure we should...
He's made a hot start to this match. Elliott.
Stephen Kernahan, Big Sticks. He might make an appearance in pro teams potentially. Heath Ledger. Oh, really, Kane? Where did you meet Heath Ledger? That's a good one. Stanford. Oh, from How Ridiculous.
There goes the kick.
Ray Martin. Josh, that's a good one. Craig Hutchison. Well, he did the charter flight for the Crows to Tassie. Oh, did they book a seat for the Cup from 2017? That's awesome, Kane. I mean, not awesome that you're in hospital, but awesome that you got to meet him.
Throwing down the gauntlet. You can see their belief growing.
Mitchell Johnson.
Cameron got his palm to it. Petrarca farms it out.
Gee, you've all had some good ones.
Back. Slick hands. DeGoey. Just waiting.
I've been, I suppose, fortunate with the pod that I've interviewed, like Richo. I had Joel Bowden on Monday night. So from a footy play standpoint, I've had a lot of the Richmond past players on. I'm trying to think of who I've met that's maybe not footy related. I'll have to think about it.
I've seen him do it before.
The Marsh brothers. Used to be a sports journalist. He met sports people. The fat Ronaldo. What was he like? You've been to Brett Delidio's house. That's cool. As long as it was in a non-stalkerish way.
The easiest of goals.
Mick Foley. Oh, that's cool. I don't listen to Ball Maintenance Pod. I really am time poor because I've got so much on. I could do, work, the pod, this, trying to do other bits of content, and then we've got a home business as well, plus 2 kids and a third on the way. So it's, yeah. Is it good though? What's the premise of it? Yes, the game is harder on the hardest difficulty. This match is online at the moment. I'll do another offline one after this. Be playing online. So, for context, at the start of the night, I played an online game on easy, and I pretty much quit at quarter time because it was too easy, and then I shifted it back to hardest, and it's definitely harder. Like I just lost my management career game to West Coast by about 4 or 5 goals. Oh, you met Mike. Oh, they're here doing the prime stuff. Okay, what was he like? I'm getting slapped here. This isn't good.
Oliver, the midfield battle's so important. Neil Bullen had his name written all over it.
He'll expect to convert this.
Kale, yeah, for sure. And I've noticed the difficulty up since the second last patch. Yeah, it's definitely been harder for me in particular. G'day, Zach. How are you, mate? I know everyone is seemingly having different experiences on different platforms for whatever reason. But personally, for the last 2 patches, I've felt that, yeah, hardest has always been a lot trickier. Like I've played maybe 8 to 10 games offline on hardest against the AI, and I've maybe won 2 of them. So, but then on easy, I was able to obviously get the win. Oh well, I would have beaten them by about 15 goals if I had kept playing.
This is promising, showing some dare. Handballs it to nobody.
Oh, he slipped the tackle. Spoiled.
Defense 101 there.
Where are my players?
Kicking for his first. Punched away.
No, I wanted to punch it over. G'day, Twitch. I can't really remember Evo 2 if I'm being honest. So I don't really know how to make the comparison because I can't really remember playing it. Graphically, it shits on it. It's graphically the best game we've had. But, oh, sock. I mean, okay, fair enough. I did try to get a haircut the other week, but no love from the hairdresser. Oh, that's stiff. You've made me conscious now. How are you, Sock? I get enough shit about the hairline on literally the Tiger cast and now here.
Won plenty of ball in that first quarter. In fact, they're leading the clearance count. They undid some of their good work with sloppy.
Oh, okay, that'd be cool to listen to Josh Giddey.
Both elements.
I met Ginny and Dacos. Apparently, Dacos was really shitty about his AFL23 ranking at the launch party, like to the point where I think he actually voiced his concern, even though I think at the time they weren't aware it was just placeholder ones. But I think that was very funny. No, the player in play is still there, Ross. They're just morphing.
Typical small forwards goal there. He's a real live wire inside.
Bit wispy at the front. See, the problem I've got, Sock, is I noticed the other day when I did the little flip over that it almost went full Elvis. So I'm feeling like I'm in a lose-lose currently with the hair. I mean, the solution is get a haircut, but why would we do that?
It's valuable when your midfielders pick the right moment to go forward. And
I'm getting slapped here.
Are really taking it to them today.
Yeah, I found that quite funny that he was that kind of hurt by it. And Petrarca, on the flip side, is a good bloke because within about 5 minutes of the launch party, he came up to me and asked if I had a phone charger, which I didn't, but I didn't have a specific charger, but I had my power bank, and he asked if he could borrow it for the night because his phone was cooked. I thought, shit, I might need that later on, but he returned it. He stuck to his word. He returned it to me, which was good. You like that he was said. That's because you're a Carlton supporter. No, it was pretty funny, though. I get confused, whichever the younger one is, Matty. I get confused which one's which. Oh, did it? Oh, okay, so Robbo's battery went flat. See, I was forward planning that I was going to need some extra charge. So that's a bit of a glitch there, Ross, with that tackle, and then all of a sudden they're able to get it out. That's what I mean by the online game definitely plays differently to offline at the moment. Stephen Gerrard. Shit. That's a good meet.
They're going on their merry way here. This could be over by half-time.
The Demons will need to respond.
So when you say syncing issue, is that a P2P thing, or is that something that's fixed patch-wise, or is that a me and the other user issue?
See something he likes. Langdon.
Someone lead up at me. Oh shit, no one did. I kicked it still.
Best so far. Brown fighting tooth and nail not to give up a goal. Moore with a chance now. They've had the better of the contest at this point.
Oh, Jesus.
Has a
What happened there?
like grip. De Goey.
I should have, BJ. I should have. I've seen his TikToks with his what he eats in the day, or a day in the life of a footy player and things like that. Pretty cool little thing there.
What a game he's having. Gee, they're playing well. That's not a mark. He's already got one.
Dude, I am getting absolutely pummeled here. So if you had the two screens side by side, you would see that one side does not glitch. The one side is glitching, is catching up. Okay.
The Demons will be hearing alarm bells right about now.
Yeah, so the wind power is going to be fixed later in the week, along with opposite-footed or footedness. Whatever. Is that in relation to opposite foot? Do we think? Is that?
Doing the grunt work. Petrarca.
Oh, get it.
Ahead. Pickett. Looking to pull one back, and that's exactly what he's done.
Good one, Pickett.
They've been very accurate. They've needed to be in order to start.
The most famous person you met was Big Ant J&T.
The Demons with a much
he was really getting into the stream on the launch night, answering questions, doing Q&A, but he wanted to remain anonymous. I wanted to drop him in it.
Can he find a teammate? Pickett, great body work. Sees an opportunity and
mark that.
It's hard to defend ball movement like this.
The Demons.
Who wins, Pies versus Giants? I think the Pies will get up there, Brody. I reckon they'll win by about 30 points. They're playing exceptional football, which annoys me to say, but they are very surprised he wanted to be anonymous.
They've got a couple back, but they need to keep coming.
He might have been a bit scared off from the big footy army.
Is a real pocket rocket.
So that's where I'm not sure if you answered before or not, but when's like jostling and bumping coming? Because I think those kind of one-on-one marking contests is where that jostling would come in handy.
Keeps it low. They can turn
I got absolutely thumped off the ball
He's in the
there.
clear, so he'll have a bounce. Good hands. Dacos.
Oh, Lumpy's doing well here.
They can't catch him. Can he hit a target? Elliott.
Will be amped. Okay, cool.
They're huffing and puffing.
Because yeah, it would be cool if it was. I don't know if I remember from the previous games, but you almost like felt the vibration when jostling, which kind of was, I suppose, an indicator that it was happening. Oh, hit the post.
We've hit the long break, and it's a handy.
Yep, tactics are coming, Brody, and they're going to be tactics are going to be on the fly, so they're coming. I don't know if it was later this week or early next week. But so they're going to be things you can. I think you can change pre-post game and whatnot. But you're also going to be able to change tactics on the fly, which I know a lot of us have been hoping for, which is good. And we also had it confirmed from Ross that the AI are actually playing and using the tactics that are in the game currently. So that's why it probably, like when we see them in different positions and manning and getting to space and doing stuff like that, it's because that they're playing with tactics and we're not yet. So looking forward to that coming in for users.
Here's a good chance.
Struck it well, no problems there.
We know the damage he can do.
Oh, okay, that's interesting stat glitch. Does that happen all the time, BJ? Eagles waffle team has percent really of 30.
Cameron with the tap. Petrarca needs a good decision.
Now, Ross, appreciate you spending the time to drop in and answer some questions. Unexpected. I wasn't expecting to drop in, but really, really appreciated your time to do that and for the work you guys are putting in post-launch to get it back up to scratch. I know you're working super hard, so yeah, amazing to have you on board, mate, and thank you so much for answering cues, and we'll definitely, you're welcome back anytime, and we'll definitely get you in for that pod once everything's sorted to cover it all from top to bottom.
Relatively straightforward kick, but that's easy to say from here.
Yeah, no worries, you do what you got to do, mate. Let's show Ross some love on his way out, folks. I mean, you can't ask for much more than the CEO dropping into the stream to answer some questions on the fly, so thank you so much, mate. Xbox TBA.
The Pies
There
have
we go.
responded to the challenge. Gorn, the winner there.
I'm getting absolutely shit on here. Tackle!
Knew where the help was.
Oh, Cheney's rickrolled me as well, for good measure. Alright, this will probably be the last game, because I do have to work tomorrow. I didn't realise it was 11:30, time got away.
It's there.
Oh my god.
The Pies are going from strength
Rip
to
PG,
strength.
I know, Brady, I need, like, I'm not wanting to sound arrogant, but I was starting to feel like I was getting okay at it too, chipping in, doing all that kind of stuff. The Beast Welcome, this is, I'll check for you, so I actually tell you, oh shit, I can't because it's live. I think it's side on far, and I've got it at about 44 camera height.
Good handball. Bowie is calm in a crisis.
Oh, he put the dicks in there. Okay, no, well done.
Searching kick. Mitchell.
So yeah, hopefully all your PS users, you know, get this patch tomorrow and you find life a little bit better. How have you found it, Sock? Have you played any more?
The Demons are on the ropes. They need a spark before this one gets
Yeah, good to hear all these other little fixes are coming, that there's some more tweaking to be had, which is good.
Wins it out of the centre. Oliver.
Oh, that's not a great kick, is it?
Fridge.
Oh,
Desperate
nah.
defence.
Damn. Tried the turn. No good.
That's skillful.
Just scored 65-0 in 2.5 minute quarters. Jesus. Who kicked all the
This
goals?
is exciting footy. The Demons are chasing tail. He's hit up the lead. They're irrepressible at the moment. McCreary goes for the check side. Yes.
Wow.
He's so skillful.
Three goals,
goal.
and he's
Jordan, I think it is... That's a great kick. I think it's side on. I don't know if it's side far or side close. G'day, Sarge. How are you, mate? What's going on?
Rucks go at it.
But I've got the height of the camera on it. I think 44 roughly.
Well played.
Any danger of not breaking
Can he
all those
impose himself
tackles?
on the match? They've got a problem now.
What's happening with you, Sarge?
number 4.
So, Reggie, Ross said before that there's going to be a lot more depth added to management mode in the near future, because I asked the same question, how when you draftees are there, you can see that, you know, they have a potential of 65 to 80 and whatever. So it didn't give a specific answer as to what they're doing with it, but just said they'll be going into more depth with it very soon. The two-part answer for that, Sarge. This game's going horribly because I'm getting smashed online, but it's definitely running... I'm finding, from my personal experience on Steam, it's running well, and it has been the last 2 patches. So I think online is definitely not handling as well as offline, but Ross mentioned it's PvP, not server-based, so maybe there's a little bit of it being my issue with, you know, obviously playing, streaming, uploading, downloading, all that kind of stuff.
And we'll have a throw in.
But thank you for the follow, Pink Dog. Someone, I don't know categorically about injuries, but I'm pretty sure someone's mentioned in the chat before that they noticed there was an injury after a game, I think.
3 quarters done, and this has been a real turner.
What was the message, Sock?
Now for some analysis from Gary Lawrence.
What was it in relation to you? Because I don't think we've got any settings on, unless you use the C word.
It's been a true team performance so far, and it's difficult to see them letting their opposition.
Did you use the game not working C word that I don't want to use to jinx myself? Yeah, crash. I've said it, and if it crashes, I'm blaming everyone else.
This is what he gets paid to do.
We banned the word crash temporarily, Sock, because I didn't want to jinx myself. No. C word is in crash, not the other C word. Was it that? Or what were you trying to write? Because there's nothing else really in play.
Cameron is giving him a bath. Crisp is cool under pressure.
Play on.
Hoskin Elliott dishes it off.
Geez, breaking tackles easy.
That's a bit of a waste.
Oh,
he put himself in the line of fire. Clean pickup. He ran into a brick wall. McStay. Can he bend this through? Yes, he can.
He did use that one.
They gave him too much space on that occasion, and he made
Oh, good, Kane. That was funny. It was funny doing it at the time.
The Demons need a miracle now. Gorn wins it down. Mitchell, so influential.
I'm glad that they're going to be amping up jostling as well, because it's really hard to notice, and I think it's an important part of the game, especially in those one-on-one contests.
Hoskin Elliott, that one was always his. Into the pocket he goes. McCreary is hard to beat one-on-one.
For a lead in excess of 40
Rhino.
points.
You're evil. It's usually hot pink, typically. It's usually like a really fluoro hot pink. So the reason why it's Pink Panthers, it's nothing really that exciting, but myself, Sock Puppet, who's in chat, and Herbie, we're really big on playing 2K, like in the park and Pro-Am and stuff like that. But as people who played 2K know in the park, when you first start, everyone looks the bloody same with the brown shirt and the grey pants and whatever. And we were finding it hard to work out who was who when passing, and we were turning it over quite a bit, so we decided that we would go into the store and buy pink pants so we could differentiate ourselves.
The defender's got a bit lost there, and they were lucky not to give up a goal.
Try and torp it. No! I swear to God, I was holding that
It's a
earlier.
hot footy today. He's been striking them well. This shouldn't present any problems.
Oh, Techie, stop.
It's on the way, and there's another.
Well, Lumpy, I'm not sure if you're in chat or if you can hear me, but fair play to you.
The Pies have kicked the pass
Fair play
through.
to you.
They're looking formidable. Good ruck work. Crisp can send them into attack. Drives it inside the forward 50.
Oh, overrun it.
Petty saw that coming. Sweeping handball. Hoskin Elliott.
You're very good at
accepted the
breaking
invitation.
tackles, which is
I don't think he meant
quite
to
annoying.
smother it. That's a poor place to give the ball back. It's a goal.
We've got to limit his space. He's just reminded us all how...
Yeah, spectator mode, I'm pumped for that Rhino. Just like I said, from the ability to be able to run tournaments and things like that, I think that'll be very cool for people.
Wins the tap.
But, you know, to have the fact that, you know, Ross was still even able to say that what we've got it to now is still nowhere near what they thought it was going to be at on launch. It's good that there's still a lot more that they've got to do to improve it. But, you know, like I said, obviously we wish we weren't in the situation to start with, but we are, and we're doing the best we can do with it. And all we can do is keep reporting the issues we've got, guys. So if you're playing and you get crashes or you get glitches and bugs, make sure you go to the support part of the Big Ant website and lodge it, because that's the only way we're going to get shit fixed. So it's one thing to come and talk about it on your socials and in streams and stuff like that, but if it's really something that's vital, make sure you report it so they can fix it.
The Pies have been magnificent, but they haven't had much opposition, to be fair. Gorn wins it down. Petrarca displaying great endeavour. Will the umpire pluck a free kick? That's a quality hand.
Good work on the link there. Yes, that one. Very good.
The Pies finishing strong.
Yeah, Kano, they do. So on Sony, when you get a crash on Sony, I've said the word again, but you know how it pops up with the error message and you can send the report? They do. So Sony get that and Big Ant get that, and they use that to then try and rebuild the issue and troubleshoot it. So they told us that when we were there, which is cool. Did go kick 9-2, Tiger? Jesus.
He's made it look easy.
What did I do to you, Lumpy, to annoy you, to shit on me like this?
Everything they've touched has turned to gold today. Cameron punches it out of the ruck. Crisp shows them a clean pair of heels. Goes long. Myercheck.
Spoil it, you douchebags.
Too strong. Too good.
It's all just a bit easy at the moment. They're getting the ball inside 50 under, not nearly enough pressure.
Kicks it goal.
Oh, he's just all over me.
The Pies are feasting on the carcass. They have been ruthless.
Nazza, thank you so much for stopping by, and thank you so much for the sub as well, mate. Really, really appreciate it. I appreciate all love and support, so hopefully you have a good night. We'll be jumping off after this one anyway. But yeah, thank you so much again, and I look forward to your company again. I think I'll go again tomorrow night. No worries, Kano. Thanks so much for your work, mate. First night as mod. Well done. Well done. We had a couple of things switched on at the start that we weren't sure what was happening, but we got them fixed. See you later, Gordy. Thank you so much for stopping in. All right. I think that is time to exit. But yeah. I mean, I hope everyone enjoyed the gameplay side of things, so you can see different bits and pieces. It definitely, like I said, for me, it definitely feels and plays different than what it has on other nights. But I think, you know, the fact we had Ross in to answer questions was pretty unexpected, and I mean, you can't ask for much more than that than having the CEO in taking questions. So that was a pretty cool surprise to have. So, oh, Lumpy is actually streaming. We are going to raid Lumpy. I know he's celebrating at the moment, but we are going to raid him because he has just absolutely annihilated me. But thank you so much for your time tonight, guys. Much appreciated. Thank you so much for the subs, the follows, everything like that. And you'll notice, I'm not sure if anyone posted it, but I've added a little footy emote as well. I haven't really got it as clean as I like. It's got a white background on it, which is annoying. But yeah, so check that out. And I will put it up on YouTube, and I'll put the VOD back up on Twitch. I don't know if I'm going to have time to sort of edit it because the chat doesn't appear on the screen. There we go, power. The chat doesn't come up on the screen. It's probably more going to be, people will be better off to rewatch the VOD because they'll see the chat. So I might actually mention that. But have a good night, guys. Thank you so much for your time, your love and support. Let's go raid Lumpy. Even though he just smashed the absolute shit out of me online, let's show him some love. Drop some footies in the chat. Drop some raid emotes. Let him know that we're happy to show some love, even though we got beaten. But have a good night, guys. I'll keep you up to date as we hear more about patches and things like that. And we'll go again tomorrow. So have a good night. Peace out. Let's get this raid on.